this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Brother Yuri. And although Brother Yuri has only one question, he writes to us about two issues, and I want to speak to both of them. And the first one, Brother Yuri tells us that he is neither Wiccan nor pagan, and tends to argue with Wiccans when he meets them. And he remarks upon having had a particularly negative experience when he was 11 years old with three 16-year-old Wiccan girls. And what I would like to say to this is that Wicca is a very diverse religion. And like all religions, we have good and bad people. And as in all religions, some of our people are more level-headed than others, some are better behaved than others. And I certainly would not judge the entire religion by a single experience, or even necessarily several, because again, it's a very diverse religion. And we consist of many different traditions, and often those traditions can be vastly different from one another. So what I would say is that it is important to bear in mind that because someone is Wiccan does not necessarily mean they come from the same tradition as other Wiccans you have met, and you might want to see what each different tradition is about as you encounter it, rather than making assumptions based on other traditions you've encountered. And I think that you'll probably find that helpful if in fact you do deal with many Wiccans. Having said that, Brother Yuri's question is that he has seen a video in which a Wiccan describes the idea that after spending a time in the Summerlands, the soul unites with deity. And he asks if this means that deity intends to eat our soul, or to drain it of its energy, or to do both, to drain it of its energy and then eat it. And the answer is no, that's not quite what we mean. The idea that the soul unites with deity comes from the idea that it's never truly been separate, that the soul originates with deity, and that it is separated during its course of incarnations, but never truly separate. And at the end of that course of incarnations, even the illusion of separation falls away. So the idea that we eventually become one with deity is not really a change in our condition, but a change in our perception. It's not a loss of any part of ourselves or a loss of our independence or our identity, but rather an expansion of our consciousness and a realization that there's never really been a separation. So I hope that addresses both issues and answers your question and gives you something to think about. And until next time, may your blessed be. Today's vlog is brought to us by the term universal deity.
Universal deity. The different faces of deity are ways of understanding universal deity. All of the faces of deity, in the end, reflect the same universal power, as in fact do we humans and all of the rest of creation. That universal power is infinite and beyond our power to know in its totality. So we make understandable images through which we may interface with it. That infinite power is universal deity, the spirit of deity that is beyond all names and images.